Hey everybody, we're back with some more Big Grand Order. When we last left off, we got some help from the good old Count of Monte Cristo. And we're gonna meet with Sitonai, finally. So Chapter 8, The Other Goddess End. So yeah, I just recorded some Final Fantasy 8. We're gonna do one last video tonight. So I think it's 5 videos tonight? So I did 2 Final Fantasy. Yeah, so I'm back at it. Just getting it done while I can. Plus, I still am hoping to get Lost Belt 3 done before New Year's. Or at the very least before Oku, which we have plenty of time for that, but before New Year's would be nice. I'm back. Did I just meet someone in a dream? Nah. Senpai. There you are, Private. Fo. I'm sorry, it's all my fault for forcing a connection with him. But it's okay. Your soul and self are all connected just fine now, so there's nothing to worry about. That voice. Sitonai? It's Best Girl! If you don't know, Ilia's tied for my favorite character in Stay Night with Shio. And in the Nasuverse, who else in the Nasuverse are I like to that level? Anger Mania probably, Aoko, maybe Vlad. I don't really think there's anyone else that I really like that much. Of course. Can you hear me okay? I don't really... She talked about it last time. I don't know how much this is Ilia and how much this is Sitonai and how much... Well, I know that there's a bit more to it than that. I'll just say that much. I don't know if it's a spoiler or not. It's been so long since I used my real voice to speak. Sort of feels weird to actually use my mouth. Am I speaking alright? Sure, I can understand you just fine, little mademoiselle. I still don't know how to say that. Never would have thought there'd be another servant of humanity here besides me. Especially one trapped in the same dungeon. Wait, hang on. I remember a child being in here with us. That's right, there wasn't. She just appeared out of nowhere shortly after you collapsed. Didn't seem like she stopped using your spirit form either. Full. Well, that was just using a sprouting magecraft. Please don't worry about it too much. Ilia didn't have that. What did Ilia do? She had kind of illusion-based magic? Or I remember she could make Shio see from a tree and turn him into a teddy bear. Remember that bad end. Usually I'm connected to the dungeon steps. When I saw you making a temporary contract with a heroic spirit, then I tried reaching out and making my own connection. And now, here I am. So you're already a prisoner when I got here, huh? Guess that makes us comrades in arms. Yep, pretty much. Let me introduce myself properly. I'm Alter Ego Sitonai. I go by that because Sitonai is the one who's most outwardly visible in my spirit origin. That said, Sitonai's name doesn't really belong to this body. I think it'd help if I said I was a pseudo-servant, right? As to this body's name, it's Ilia, daughter of the Einsburns. Do Götterdämmerung know that name? I think it's been mentioned at least once. Usually only well, not counting Cola, events. Obviously they know Ilia from the Prisma Ilia event, and, Iris Fuel from Theo, but I don't know if they're going to bring that up or not. Usually I only let people I'm really close to call me that. Since we all share an enemy, I'll make an exception in your case. Ilia, have I heard that name before? Or am I imagining things? Nah, I see. So you're the Queen of Ice and Snow's enemy. So they're just playing it safe by not bringing up Ilia. Well, I think she showed up in Solomon. Just ignore that. That Solomon's not canon either. Einsburn. You know who that is, Mashu? Yes, Einsburn is the name of a storied mage family with deep ties to the original Holy Grail War. I've seen it in Caldea's database several times. The Einsburns are one of the so-called 3 great families. And in particular, they're known for producing... I don't know how to say her name. Justiez? The prodigious mage who created Fuyuki's Greater Grail. She's the one who, Ilia's based off of. All the homunculi. Well, I think she's a homunculi too, but she was the perfect model. You really know a lot about this, don't you? Oops, yes, I'm the last daughter of the Einsburn family. I don't think I'm a heroic spirit who's made a mark on humanity or anything. But I do have an a bond to the Holy Grail. So now I'm a servant on the side of proper human history. Oh, but I should be clear, not actually the last daughter of Einsburn. Question mark? Does that have something to do with you being an alter ego? Well, if we take that at face value, in that she's an entirely separate personality. True, and alter egos are listed in Chaldea's database as one of the extra classes. Oh. Aw, you're so cute. How does she know? You must be Fo. Nice to meet you, Fo. I'm Ilya. Come here. So she goes by Ilya. You're so soft and fluffy. I think I know what alter egos are. I may have heard of those. You know? We're an extra class that doesn't show up during normal Holy Grail wars, so I don't think there's a whole lot known about us. I should have chosen another one for the lore. You must have all kinds of different connections. That may be my class name, but it doesn't just mean my class. I love how smug she looks. In my case, I'm actually a high servant, based on multiple goddesses with deep ties to the Holy Grail coming into one spirit origin. So, kinda like Passion Lip and, you know, the Sakura 5, but not quite, I think. Because BB put them there, but in this case, like, they just kind of happened. In fact, this body is made up of no less than 3 goddesses' divided spirits. That's really something, you know? A compound divine spirit pseudo-servant. That's... Can't believe it. Multiple gods all come together? Oh. It is impressive, but also has serious downsides. For one thing, they never shut up. Oh, are they all, like, active inside of her? Really? How can I put this? It's like these goddesses are roommates that are always fighting about something, to me and my snowy field serving as their core. They're all very seasoned goddesses, so believe me, it's hard having to play host to that skirmish. Skirmish between gods? Can't even imagine. No? May I ask you something, Cito9? Please call me Ilya. Okay, Ilya. You said you materialized as a servant for proper human history. Does that mean... Yes, I'm on your side. Remember I mentioned Einsburn? There you go. There's no Einsburn family in any lost but on this earth now, after all. So daughter of Einsburn is part of proper human history's resistance against the Lost Belts. Got it? So you're the goddess Ilya from proper human history. That's a little vague. Ilya's a goddess to me. That's okay. You think of me as a goddess from proper human history who's there to help you. Although, I'm afraid I messed up. I materialized here around the same time as that French emperor, but it wasn't long before scatach-skadi found me and locked me up in here. It's been so boring in here. I didn't even have anyone I could talk to. Fo. You're trying to cheer me up. You're such a good boy. There. Fo. Goddess in the dungeon, huh? Alright, let me ask you. Why aren't you dead? Are you just being kept alive out of love, too? I don't know. Maybe she just wasn't willing to kill a god, or maybe she wanted to use me somehow? Say, she's trying to make this lost belt exist forever? I see. Well, I suppose that's possible, but I didn't see any sort of preparations that need to be made for that kind of massive spell it would take to sacrifice a god. Then maybe, because I'm her daughter? Daughter? What do you mean by that? I'm trying to think of... There's 3 goddesses in Ilya. Cito9, who is, you know, the main one. Freya, I believe? And... Is it Louis? Plus the 3 northern goddesses. Cito9 of the Ainu, Louis of the Finns, and Freya of the Norse. Okay, so Freya's Norse. Now do you get it? I don't really know who Louis or Freya are. I believe they are both in Smite. I've played that MOBA before. The goddess of love, fertility, and gold. Sounds like Ishtar. That's the one. Counts differ between the Volsunga Saga, I thought it was just Volsung, and the Edda, but they agree that Freya was the daughter of Njordor? And then there's another legend that says Skadi and Njordor were married. According to the Freya within me, Skadi was that guy's second wife, which means she's your stepmother? Wah! Aha, that explains it. The queen looked like she was single to me. But according to myth, she's married to the god of the sea. As a stepmother, the goddess of love. Don't tell Lancelot. Never would have guessed. That wasn't really covered in the knowledge I gained when I materialized. I don't know. This last spot has a completely different history from ours. Seems like it diverged in the Age of Gods. Given that Skahaka of the Celts is part of the Queen, but she's the only god in this land. Uh-huh. That particular Skadi, scatach-skadi, isn't Freya's mother. That's what the Freya in me is saying, yep. I'm certain Queen scatach-skadi was never married to anyone. Skadi, daughter of the giant Pjazi, and goddess of snowy mountains. Here, her fated marriage to I don't know, backwards Sixer, or even Odin as other legends describe, never happened. Now she's the last goddess left, the sole survivor of Ragnarok, never once having fulfilled her destiny as the bride of the gods. That's scatach-skadi. I bet she doesn't even know she could have ended up becoming Freya's mother. But then the Cryptor came, and with her, knowledge of proper human history's Norse mythology. That's why she couldn't kill me. So you're the daughter she might have had. Is that why she didn't hurt you? Since you're fused with Freya? That's right. To be honest, I have no idea what goes on in gods' minds either. But even if I am from a different world, knowing that I could have been your daughter if things had gone differently, you think that might have been enough to make you think I was special? At least, I don't think we can rule it out entirely. That's true. It's entirely possible. Yeah, you're right. Oh. You jumped on me again. So sweet. He was a good boy. Foe is a good boy. See, you said it. Haha, stop. You're tickling me. Ah ha 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 ha. Please, I'm so ticklish. Somebody get him off of me. Foe, stop that. What's gotten into you? Why are you in such a good mood right now? Foe knows who Best Girl is. It's common knowledge in the world of primate murders. And he's saying we could trust her. Compared to Napoleon, who we hated at first, but now he kind of is okay with. Phew, never laughed so hard before. I almost laughed until I cried. In fact, I think that was the first time I've laughed since I materialized. Oh, settle down, Foe. I'm sorry, Foe. Wait until we're done talking, okay? Oh. Alright, sure Foe doesn't mind the cold since he has that nice fluffy fur, but what about you? This whole castle is made out of ice and snow, so you'll die from the cold if something goes wrong with your protection spells and the like. Be careful, okay? If it helps, I can cast a warmth spell on you. Thanks, but don't worry, I'm all set. You sure? Okay, if you say so. So, I think that's enough about me, right? What should we talk about next? We should talk about Foe. Foe. Good question. Now that we have a divine spirit here with us, it seems like a great time to try and find out everything we can. Is there something you'd like to know? I'm in a good mood right now, so I'll answer your questions. What if she was in a bad mood? I know we're all sorts of things, you know? Use Louis' magecraft to kill time, go on dream walks. I know a lot about the castle itself too, including the people who live in it. You don't say. You know about Sigurd? Is Sigurd really a lost boat servant? Oh, you really are sharp, aren't you? Sigurd the Dragon Slayer, wielder of the demonic sword and great hero of Norse legend. I'm not sure if his exploits took place during the Age of Gods or the AD era, and Freya won't tell me. But they're keeping it intentionally vague. I can say this much about the red-eyed heroic spirit who served the Cryptor. He is not a lost boat servant. Or at least his spirit origin comes from proper human history. Freya is shouting that much. What? He's not a lost boat servant? But that doesn't make sense. I'm not absolutely certain, but when we observed his magical energy in the Shadow Border, it was very different from a servant of proper human history. When we fought him earlier, his magical energy clearly belonged to a lost boat servant. So, like, you know, obviously, like, he's being, like, brainwashed or something. It's the mask! Take off the mask, Sigurd! He took off half of it, so he's half free now. That's how it works. Over the 3 divine spirits that make up Ceto and I are all certain about it. Can't imagine they don't have a reason. As far as I'm concerned, this explains a lot. No wonder Siggy didn't seem like just another servant. Just look at how ridiculously strong he is. I know we'll need to do something about him eventually, but... not eventually. First. Oh. Sigurd's the one keeping the paper moon. You do want to get that compass back, right? Same for the Tree of Emptiness, yes? I'd bet that crypter with the eye patch knows where it is. And Sigurd always goes wherever the crypter goes, even her private quarters. So to get the paper moon back, or information about the tree, we have no choice but to defeat Sigurd. You're right, then we have a serious problem. Recovering the paper moon and locating the Tree of Emptiness just got a heck of a lot harder. Easy plan, summon Brynhild, she'll kill Sigurd for us, done. He's definitely stronger. Well, she'll probably kill us too afterwards, but still. We'll take the risk. He's definitely stronger than I am, at least right now. We're not completely out of options, but... full? Options? You mean like that buff you gave us earlier? Yeah, I'm talking about something bigger. A real trump card. Only thing is, it's kind of a handful. You do have to defeat Sigurd before anything else. Am I wrong? Not at all, no. Fo. Hee hee. You're a great man, Emperor of France. Think you deserve a hint. Sigurd may be very powerful, but he's not invincible. There is a way to fight him. It should also help you resist scatach-skadi's primordial runes, at least to some extent. Is that... yes, the final option that might just be able to get you out of this predicament. Of course, it's so opponent that both the Cryptor and Sigurd put a really strong seal on it. So I want you to do your best to get it, then fight him with everything you've got. Once you defeat Sigurd and recover the Paper Moon, make that Cryptor tell you where the tree is. Or you could just kill her and find the tree yourselves. I want to believe we can reason with her. I see. Well, of course, you're free to handle that however you'd like. But I do think you should try to cut down the tree of happiness as soon as you can. You know, it is very Iliad-esque to say that. I mean, you remember how Bad Ending 1 in Fate Stay Night? Or the one where she kidnaps you and she was like, okay, yeah, I'll go along with what she says for now. And she, like, mind controls him. She makes a Gias with him, I think. That's a good point. As long as there's even one Tree of Emptiness left, I don't think we'll be able to restore the world. But even so, I think in this particular case, reaching the Wandering Sea might be more important. When we first got here, that was our original plan. The main reason we wanted to cut down the Tree of Emptiness was to lure Sigurd out. No, you can't put off the Tree of Emptiness. It's too dangerous. The longer you wait, the more you'll grow. What will you do if it ends up completely taking root? No, you have to cut it down as soon as possible. Makes sense. Bigger it gets, the further down its roots go, the harder it'll be to chop down. Well, if you're not sure what call to make, why don't you talk to the rest of your team? Assuming you can get back in touch with them, of course. Well, yeah, we haven't heard from them in a while. You should talk to everyone on the border about this. Yes, Senpai. And conveniently timed Gordolf cut again. Just don't say I didn't warn you. So what's this trick for fighting Sigurd you were talking about? Some kind of artifact or something? Don't tell us it's a holy grail. Unfortunately, no. If it were a holy grail, I would have already gotten my hands on it. It's a goddess. There's another divinity here in this lost belt, in addition to scatach-skadi and myself. I don't think Brynhild's a goddess, is she? She's from proper human history, just like the gods within me, part of humanity's final attempt at resistance mid-manifest. That means she'll definitely be on your side. Oh. Alright. Should have referred to her as another pillar. She might not be well defined enough to call her otherwise. Anyway. Yeah! Yeah. There. Just sent her location data to your terminal. Never used Atlas Institute style magecraft before. Phew. Getting tired now, though. It's been so long since I've talked to anyone. I think I might have overdone it. So I think this is a good time to wrap this up. Let's break out. Oh. She can just open the doors? The door to our cell just opened. You know, I think I did hear them saying something about how this prison is secured with a lock made of divine iron. Yes, that means a divine spirit can open it up without even chanting a spell. Oh, cow, danger! Wish I could come along, but I'm afraid I need to stay here and go back to sleep. The Queen may not see you as a threat now, but that'd change if I left this prison with you. No, come with us. Since I can't come along, I threw in the unlocking and hiding spells for free. Take care. Hope to see you again sometime. No, come, Ilya! 5 AP? It's a berserker. Who is it? It's 5 AP, so we're scripted to not necessarily lose, but not win. Just be. It could be AoE. Like I don't know. Like, okay, we're obviously going to go meet Brynhild, probably. I'm not for sure about that, but it seems the most likely scenario. Like, do I want this? Or, like, the Majors Association one is so good, but we haven't really used. We've never used the Atlas one. I vaguely know what it does. Yeah, that's debuffs. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. This is one ally skill cooldown by 2. Eyes of Medjay. It's actually a pretty good one. Sure, let's use this one. You don't get the chance to use it often. And I guess we go in with Needle Chris. Like, it's 5 AP, that just weirds me out. Oh there, Bummer. Quiet down. Looks like Divine Spheres have pretty impressive magecraft. Spells made us completely invisible. Even silence our footsteps and hid all our signs from our magical energy. Yes, now that we're so well concealed, we might just be able to make it outside the castle, even with the Queen's incredible ability to see what happens in her territory. I was about to comment, like, she knows everything. We're almost under the big bridge. Once we get there, we'll make our way back up to the ground and get as far away from the castle as we can. So you can stay quiet until then. Got it? Come on, you two. Oh, we actually made it out. Good. Made it back to the ground. Just a little farther until we're outside the castle's perimeter. The concealing spell's just about worn off. That's okay. Activate those booster things and get us out. Now shall we get ready to use the Olorus board? Understood, Senpai. Expanding the Ordinax Olorus board attachments now. Oh, Oh? What's gotten into you? Is there something in those shadows over? Oh. Huh. This is why I can't stand stupid little beasts. I was just about to pounce on you from behind and wipe you all out at once, but I didn't want to ruin that. Thank you, Fo. Calling in Ska. I forgot how to look. I think I actually did look up how to say it. I just forgot how it's pronounced. You're in this last boat too? Of course I am. Whether at the ends of the earth, the ends of space itself, or even a snowy country still stuck in the dark ages with no entertainment at all. Even if I have to play nice with the Queen Lonely Hearts who's deluded herself into believing everyone loves her. As long as there's a chance to make a profit, NFF services will be there. Heart. I really thought I could have counted on someone else to take out the trash. You know what they say. You want something done right? Do it yourself. You're here to torment innocent people again like you did in Russia. Unlucky you, little girl. Looks like you can put up a halfway decent fight now. Yeah, that was before she had Ordinax last time, right? Well, that's just terrible. Are you sure you aren't the cold and heartless ones around here? Still, I couldn't care less about the people here in one way or another, so I'll just let that comment slide. Now then, getting down to business. You're about to leave? It's time for you to pay up what you owe. This ice castle may be deserted and downright awful to live in, but in this world it's on par with a 5-star hotel. Combinations that luxurious don't come cheap, you know. Let's see. A short stay for 3 pathetic humans and 1 ratty little furball. That comes down to 5 quadrillion QP. Killer. Not to worry. If you can't afford to pay in QP or quartz, in quartz, then I'll happily settle for watching your death agonies instead. Is quartz canon? I did tell you back in Yasha that I'd see you again, didn't I? I'm as capable as I am beautiful, unlike you humans. Never break my promises. Ho ho. Whoa now, who is this lady, and how the heck do you know her? Who's Tamamo? Oh, spoiler. It's not, come on. Come on! She's beautiful, sure, but she's also got the darkest aura I've ever seen. Josephine had her bad days, sure. Never anything close to this. You're awfully sharp for a servant I've never met before. It'll be a pleasure to kill you. Okay, everybody, that's enough chin-ups down there under the bridge. Come on out and announce yourselves with a nice loud roar now. Master, a large group of giants is emerging from under the bridge. Who is this woman? Some kind of beast tamer? Does she come from the Bolshoi circus or something? I don't get it. It's a French thing I'm too American to understand. I'm assuming it's French. It's scatach-skadi of NFF services. She's working with the cryptors, who's partially responsible for destroying Count Aya. Pawning your dirty work off on subordinates again, huh? Of course. Wrangling subordinates is what I do. By that, they mean the Lightworks can't be bothered to make a sprite for her. Besides, you three just aren't enough to motivate me personally. I don't deal with the bottom of the barrel myself. You want anything to do with me? You'll have to show you're worth my time. Alright, Yatner, time to get to work. Special honors go to those who do an exceptional job, so make sure to kill them all. There are even more giants coming out from under the bridge now. So I'm assuming it's like, there's like 100 of them, and there's probably like 100 giants or something, and the battle ends after like 5 turns. Master, there's no reason for us to fight on her terms, Mashu. Let's just get out of here. See if you've got some history with her. Save it for later. Let's do this, Horsey. Mashu, hurry up with those boards while we're working on opening a path. Right, understood. Okay. I'm guessing that's what it is. We'll see here in a second. Or maybe we have to kill like 10 of them or whatever. Retry. But since it's 5 AP, it's not a battle we win. At least conventionally. Right? It's typically how it works. Historically, at least. Any day now. Battle 1 out of 1, yeah. 35, okay. There's no way they expect us to kill all of them. Right? Right? Show what Nidoke's can do. I'll make sure to do her interlude before next time. I think I'll do it like right after recording this. I took a look at it, it's only 1 arrow, so don't have to worry about AP. You go, Nidochris. Yeah, I did look at the event list, see what I forgot. First off is the Fate Zero event, which, you know, it's Zero on it. It was a thing. Which, I think that's the first time they ran a collab event. At least the first time they added a new server. Oh, wait, no. Great, Kara no Kyokai. But it continued the trend of, you know, adding a new servant, new 4-star specifically. Which I think that's a nice way of handling it. Especially in the cases of, like, you know, Kara no Kyokai, where unless they do another collab, we're not going to see characters from there. Well, they could, but like, really, what Kara no Kyokai characters would you really want? Besides Shiki and, like, Fujino, probably second most memorable, like, other than, what's his name? I don't even remember his name. He's like Sojiro, but less cool. Mikiya, that's his name. Like, there's, I guess Toko counts, but Toko's in the whole Nasuverse. They don't need to make a collab event just to add her. Like, they could add Toko and Aoko for most likely a Mahoyo collab, at least for Aoko, but Toko could be from anything. I guess they could have added who's the guy with the hat? He wasn't really relevant in Kara no Kyokai, but for like the 10 minutes he was on screen, he was there. Or I guess the old man from movie. Basically anyone from movie 5. Like, what about the Shiro face? Yeah, add him too. Or even Miki's sister, whatever her name is. Or just a third Shiki, honestly. Yeah, just add more Shikis. But not Tono Shiki. No, that's not allowed. You can never have anything good in life. But I say that, but I'm not really too big into Tsukihime. Like, I mean, I still want more Tsukihime, but I'd like for Nasu to work more on, like, less on fate stuff and more on just other stuff. Because I think his best works are all his, like, original go into the franchise, if that makes sense. Like, Fate Stay Night, Tsukihime, Kar no Kyokai, Mahoyo. Like, you know, the spin-offs are... Some of them are good, some of them aren't. It's 5 turns, we can end it now. Like, you know, some of them are, you know, your Fate CEOs, some of them are your... Fate... I'm trying to think of, like, which one I'd just call, like, unequivocally bad. Like, Fate Extra is okay. Apocrypha, same with Apocrypha. Like, none of Fate stuff has been, like, offensively bad, I think. Unless I'm forgetting something. But they've gone from, like, you know, Stay Night, which is great. Let's say great. To, you know, Fate Zero, which is also arguably great. I'd call it good. To, you know, okay stuff. And, you know, Grand Order, like, it varies by chapter. Overall, I'd call the game good. Like, it has some moments where it's definitely better than a lot of the other spin-offs, but it also has a lot of moments where it's a lot worse than the other spin-offs. You know, obviously Septum, London. I'm just talking main chapters here, not events. If you count events, then definitely, like, there are some pretty bad events. You know, I liked Orleans and Okeanos. I also liked America. And, you know, obviously Camelot and Babylonia are both good. Agartha was... People treat Agartha like it's the worst thing ever, but I think Agartha is fine. I actually think Shimosa is a lot worse. There's... I haven't done Salem. But yeah, those are the ones I'd call, like, somewhere, like, less than okay. There we go. We did have to kill 10 of them. Or maybe that's not what the... I don't know what it was, but it started with 35, ended with 25. I'm hungry. I'm not actually eating tonight. I should go do that after this. Here, if you secured an exit out, now's your chance, Master. Full speed retreat! Start running away. It's a tactical withdrawal. Fo off. Folk and talk. So they got away. I guess for nothing else, they passed that test of ability. Certainly experts at running away. Sorry, I had to cut it. They're certainly experts at running away. First they knock the giants aside, and they make a getaway in Magecraft skis? Can't say I was expecting that. Admittedly, they're still well within sniping range. But despite my niece says to leave them alone for now. Especially since I've already got everything I came to this last spot for. What'd you come here for? Might as well let these humans fight it out among themselves. They can just sit on the sidelines with a bag of popcorn. Okay, Lambda. Chaldeans, Cryptors, humans are humans, and being around them makes me sick. No interest in either side, except for where it comes to you, or Ophelia. Sort of. Such fun watching you come to grips with your wish for destruction. You don't even realize you're harming others. You think you're just a poor scapegoat, even as you blindly blunder about ruining everything. Much as I don't care about them, getting night's fun watching humans like that. This last spell's beauty is all built on thin ice. Your naivety is gonna show just how fragile it is. Oh, that's the end of chapter. They've been pretty short lately. I mean, we did spend a lot of time with Cito and I talking, but yeah, quartz. Do we have 3? I think that's 2, maybe even 1. Like the spring sunshine beginning. How many? 2. Dang it. Okay, guys, I'll see you guys next time with some more Fake Grand Order. I'm starving, so I'm gonna go do that. And if I remember, I'll do Needle Kisses interlude. So yeah, we're around the halfway point. Maybe past that, because I mean, there's only one long chapter left, like 12, I think, right? Which means all the other ones are pretty short. Well, we've had like several chapters that have had to split into 2. So, by that logic, we're more than halfway done. Huh. One thing I haven't really liked about this Lost Boat so far, compared to the first Lost Boat, a lot less characters. Like we have, let's just say characters on our side. We have Napoleon, Gerda, Cito and I. Presumably we're about to meet Brynhild. There might be another character later on, but anyway, back in, Lost Boat 1, we had Patsy, we had Vice Brown, we had Atalanta, we had Billy, we had Beowulf, who, okay, Beowulf doesn't really count, but we had, anyone else? Just the Yaga themselves. Village 23 only had Gerda as an actual character. The rest were just kind of set pieces. Which, I mean, it's true for the Yaga, the rest of the Yaga to some degree, but they had a bit more character than, random kid in the village. Speaking of, when is Gerda coming back? It's looking like she's going to be a lot less important than Patsy was. Anyways, although I guess with Patsy, he didn't have the advantage of being a cute girl, so they had to spend a lot more time with him to make you care about him. It's true. Don't say it's not true. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.